Record on this computer. All right, we're now recording. So welcome to everyone who is watching this recording right now and our couple girls here who are popping on live with us. We like to host these calls as often as possible just so that, I don't know, we're always giving you all the information like this because it's just more powerful than watching a recording sometimes where you guys get to interact with us. So that being said, at the bottom of your screen, if you're not like super familiar with Zoom, there's a little button that says chat. So at any time as we're going through this, feel free to like talk to us that way or just interrupt and unmute yourself. That's totally cool too. We're a small enough group that that's fine. Just making sure that we'll be looking at that. Like I have it pulled up and I can see it. So welcome to our coaching info group. So we all kind of started after some kind of call or video like this. Just because you watch on social media, like I watched my coach, they watch their coach, like show up on social media and then wonder like, what is this exactly? Like you have a good idea of what we do because you've seen us do it, but it's really nice to just hear a little bit more about it and behind the scenes and answer those questions about what exactly it is besides pressing play on a workout and recording it. Like there's got to be more to it than that. So that's why we do these calls. So my name, is Samantha. Call me Sam, and I'm a teacher. I teach grade 5, 6, and this is my 7th year, which is absolutely insane. But I started coaching just because as I'm still like new teacher, when I got into teaching, I fell out of a fitness and wellness routine. I found it really hard to spend my whole day pouring into others and then to come home and keep going. Like I would come home and just be spent. And I knew I needed to work out. I knew I needed to eat well, but it like just wasn't something I could do consistently. I would start something and quit it. And I just ultimately wasn't feeling my best. And I didn't like that. And I was like, okay, something has to change here. So that's when I was watching my coach show up and I was like, you know what, best case scenario, this changes my world and I do what she does and make new friends and travel and work out and I feel good. And worst case scenario, I'm no different than I am today, right? So for me, it was like, let's just go all in, do this thing. So I did my 21-day fix program for 3 weeks, all in. And then after that, I was like, holy moly, these results are incredible. I feel good. I want to keep going. And coaching was just, I signed up as a coach the first day I signed up because I didn't know any different. I was like, I want to do what you do. Therefore, I'm going to coach. Like, that's all I knew. So hit the ground running and fell in love with it and naturally just wanted people to do this with me. So coaching was my next step, like actually coaching, not just I want a discount and I might as well be a coach kind of thing. So that's me.
I can go next. So I'm Shanique. I am a social worker. So I've almost 2 years now I've been in social work, and I started coaching as a student, as a full-time student about 3 years ago. And I actually initially joined as a discount coach, and I just joined one of Sam is my coach. So I just joined. She was showing her workouts on social media. She was showing her like happiness, and I was just like, what is she doing? Like, that looks really fun. So she invited me to one of her boot camp groups. I jumped in, I joined, and within a month, like I think I was in 1 month of the group, and I was like, you know what do you do? What's coaching all about? So I did a call kind of just like this. I joined some sort of info group because I wanted to learn a little bit more, and I thought, like, why not just try this? And I really, again, it was like Sam said, she had been watching her coach. I'd been watching Sam. I watched them travel to New Orleans as a coach team, and I was like, what is that? Like, what the heck? So that's really what kind of pulled me in, was just that community, that the travel, not necessarily just the traveling, but that community, like the friendships that I saw that coaches were making with each other. And again, helping me just be able to share this with people around me as well. So yeah, keep it brief, keep it simple. Tiffany, take it away.
Hi guys, so my name is Tiffany. I am a social work student and I'm also a mental health and addictions worker. So I started coaching kind of with actually no idea what I was doing at all. I had just been following along with like my coach's story, and my mental health was really bad at the time, and I was kind of just ready to try anything to get my mental and physical health in a better place. So I actually started with a lifting program. I was actually probably underweight and like malnourished at the time. So I actually started with a lifting program and I got up to a healthy weight. I started learning some new recipes and got awesome results, and finally started feeling a lot better mentally and physically. And yeah, I guess I decided to start coaching just because it's really simple, and it's really just sharing kind of what you're already doing, and I loved that. So I found coaching was actually a really empowering way to kind of share my own story and put my own spin on things and kind of help other people who were in the same situation that I was. So people that, are in a bit of a rut, or they're just wanting to kind of enhance their lives in ways. Yeah, so that's kind of my story.
You're muted, Sam.
There we go. I just want to share my screen. I'm going to leave it. Hold on. I feel like as soon as I hit, sometimes I'm like on this, and other times
I always forget how to get it full screen.
Not see. And then I think I have to go stop, and then I have to now screen share it. Hold on. I think I got this. I win. Okay. I beat the Zoom. Okay, so Coaching 411. We just have some points on a slideshow just to make it really simple, and then you can always go back and read it again after to kind of skim through. But basically, the gist of coaching, so we all start somewhere. So don't feel like you have to be a fitness expert, a nutrition expert, like at your goal weight. Like when I started, I was 40 pounds heavier than when like my new baseline was. So I started heavier, very not confident in what I was doing, like never stuck to a program before. So don't feel like you have to start like as an expert or something, because you don't. We have personal trainers, we have dietitians, that's their job. Your job is just to share the process to inspire other people who are starting where you're starting, and then have them watch you grow through it. So again, we've got people from all kind of professions as well, like teachers, nurses, social workers, as we've kind of talked about, personal trainers, farmers, government workers, stay-at-home parents, paramedics, dental hygienists, pharmacists. Like we have it all in here, which is really cool, because once you get into the community, you can post in one of our big groups and say, hey, who else is whatever? How do you deal with this? Like you'll find someone that relates to you in your profession. When it comes to your schedule and all that kind of stuff. So you work, like you make your own kind of hours. Like when I started, I worked before work, I'd hop on at recess to like send some messages if I needed to, or my lunch break after work. Like you kind of pick what works for you. For some people, sitting down and just doing 1 hour a day is good. For other people, they like to do it in little pockets, 5 minutes here or there. It all depends on what you want, because you work this how you want to, and you kind of work it when you want to. So it's really free that way. And just remember that no one is you, and that's your superpower. So you don't want to be like me. You don't want to be like Shanique. You don't want to be like Tiff. Like you want to be like you and do it in your way, because that's what's going to make you the most authentic and the most successful. So never compare yourself to someone else, because you're supposed to be different in this business. That's why it works, because that's how we inspire people from everywhere, and from all different like seasons and lifestyles. And that's what makes this community so magical, is that we have like so much variety because we're just ourselves.
Okay, so you're the foundation of this business. I mean, it's pretty much kind of what Sam was saying. So your fitness, your nutrition, your journey, that's the foundation of your business, is sharing your journey, your story, your true self. Like that's what this is all about. So yeah, I can do the next one too, Sam. I feel like that's okay, so this includes a big emphasis on your personal growth and mental health along with your physical health. So we as coaches, again, like our number one job is working on ourselves. And that's not just, again, like Sam said, you're not just in this you're not starting at your goal weight. This is about you just growing as a human and sharing that journey along the way. So your job is to read personal growth books, to read, yes, like Sam's showing you, we have personal development is one of the number one things we do as coaches. So that could be podcasts, that could be meditating, that could be journaling, gratitude. And again, a lot of these routines and these things that like gratitude journaling, meditating, I would never do those things if I wasn't a coach. Like that's really what helps me lean into those habits and get that routine, making that routine a priority because of my job as a coach, which is really cool, is that we are continuously growing in ourselves. We're continuously growing in our routines. And that's the beautiful part of this, is that your number one job as a coach is you first, you focusing on yourself first, your physical, your mental, your emotional, all of those things.
And so one of the huge attractions, usually in a different world now, but a lot of people come to us like wanting to be coaches because they see us traveling. It's one of those things, but because COVID the last year, no one has seen us traveling because no one's traveling. But we want to make sure that you still know that this is a huge aspect of coaching eventually once COVID's gone or whatever, like until we're all vaccinated and have a COVID passport. But these are events that are huge. They're so fun because so every quarter we meet up for a quarterly event. That's the middle one, the super weekends. So near you, there's an event. They pick major cities in every province, every state, around like France and the UK as well. And it's the same weekend. So you just drive or go to wherever is closest to you and meet up with other coaches. And it's cool because you all kind of sort of know each other from like Zoom chats or like group things or social media stuff. And then you meet in person and it feels like you've known each other your whole life and you're best friends. It's amazing. And you work out together. The super trainers travel and go to these places. So you actually get to meet them and work out with them live. Like this one in the middle, Elise is in there from the Bar Blend. I don't know where she is. She's lost in the group, but it's cool because the whole community, trainers and dietitians involved, are like equal, like they show up, right? Like no one's on a pedestal or anything. It's really cool. So there's that. So that's every quarter. So every 3 months. Is that quarters? And then once a year, there's Coach Summit, and it's always in a really big city because it has to like host us all thousands of us. So we've gone to New Orleans, Nashville, Indianapolis, places like that. So it's a big city with a stadium, and those events are incredible. And then Success Club trips. These are earned vacations. So throughout the year, all of your points system kind of thing translates to trip dollars. So you earn vacation. So we went Punta Cana was this past March, so it was canceled, but we earned our trip to Punta Cana, and it's for you and a guest. Like, it's just really cool. So by doing your job and getting results and helping other people and running these boot camp groups, like, you earn vacations. So that is also good to know. And then locally, you'll meet some local people and you'll just get together because now you're best friends. So you'll just go to the lake together one weekend or like have a little mini retreat. Like, you just hang out because that's what people do when you connect like this.
So what is the ask of a coach? So what do we actually do? So this is really actually quite simple. So you're proof that the products work. So you're going to pick a workout program, pick one of our nutrition programs, and just fall in love with the process of becoming a better and happier version of you. So naturally, as you do these things, you're just going to share about them. So for example, like, when I was making my Shakeology this morning, I shared that to my story. When I do one of our workouts or one of our meditations or one of our yoga classes, whatever it is that kind of appeals to you, you're just sharing that with others. So it's a lot like if you were to start a new spin class and you absolutely loved it and had the best time, for sure you would invite a friend to come along with you. Coaching is the exact same idea. You're just helping others get started on their journey. So if they need help picking a workout program, you're going to help them with that. If they maybe need help picking out one of the nutrition courses, that's what you're there for. And just kind of helping them get the resources that they need. But mostly it's just sharing your story authentically and inviting people to the fun. So we have a small daily to-do list. So you can do this at any time on your schedule. I usually try and do my coaching stuff at least 5 to 7 days a week. We've got trackers that you can use and you can kind of check off, which is the trackers are basically just taking care of you. So you're drinking your Shakeology, you're doing your personal development. All of that is included on our trackers. So you can work it in like little action pockets of time. So for example, like when I am at work on my lunch break, I will kind of just share that I'm having my Shakeology for lunch, or when I am doing like my morning routine, like I kind of share that. But sometimes I also like to sit down and just do like full on action hours. So that is when I will actually sit down with my little coaching tracker and I will check everything off in an hour. Or you can also even watch like guided power hours. So we have tons of different ways that you can work, and ultimately it is on your time and on your schedule. But the gist of it is just checking in with the people that you've signed up and how they're doing on their journey, doing your personal development and staying inspired, making connections with other people, and then sharing your journey. So yeah.
Okay. So income potential and our promise to you. So we work as a team to help our new coaches hit Success Starter. So you're not just being thrown into coaching and expected to figure this all out on your own. We're going to help you get there, and we're going to help you get started on doing this. So Success Starter this means that in your first 3 months, 3 months of your first 6 months as a coach, you're going to help at least 3 people get started. So that could be friends, that could be family, that could be coworkers, whatever it might be for you. And this earns you at least $450, so way more than enough to cover your own annual wellness journey sign-up fee. So essentially, when you join this community, you can easily pay that right back to yourself by signing a few people up, which is super cool. You can get your return on investment right away. And then you'll also get a free ticket to Summit, so that big coach conference that Sam was talking about. So whether this year we're supposed to go to St. Louis, which is probably maybe not happening, not sure yet with COVID, but wherever it might be, you get your free ticket to that. Then the amazing opportunity to be in a test group for a new program, which means you get to do one of our newest programs, because our workout library is continuously adding new programs to it, which is super cool. So you, as a Success Starter, get to test the program out before it actually comes out. So you get to basically just, I don't know, you get to try it before anyone else gets to, which is super cool. And as a coach, you can build a 6-figure business. You can match your current salary, or you can earn just an extra $500 a month to pay for your hair, your nails, your eyebrows, or whatever. I know in the beginning for me as a busy student, I loved the fact that I just could make enough to pay for my gas, for my groceries, and being able to treat myself to get my nails done, because as a broke student, you don't really get to do that very much. So it was nice to have that little extra coach income to help with those small things. And then most of us start this business, like I said, just wanting to earn maybe that extra $100 a week or a month to pay for those, like the phone bill, groceries. So this business can really take you where you want to go if you want to put in the work.
And as a side note, it's kind of a cool time to get involved in this company because as of like a few days ago, we're now a publicly traded company, and we've signed on and partnered with a spin corporation. So Beachbody's coming out with a spin studio as well. And then now we're in the stock market. Like, it's pretty cool. Like, it's a really weird transition for the company. So it's a good time to get in on it as well. As a side note, I'm really stoked on it. And then just to get started, right, you guys are all going to get a new coach promo code. So when you first sign up, you get a promo code that expires in 30 days, and only new coaches get them. And then, so once you help a family member, friend, whoever gets started, they'll save $12. And as long as you open up a bot group, which is so easy, we'll show you how to do it. It's like how we run, it's like our own little Instagram. So you just open up your own group and put your person in. They'll send you some more. So basically those first few people that you're getting started, you'll have a discount to offer them as well, which is cool.
That was so
your
weird.
internet just went really weird. I don't know if anyone else noticed that, but it was like really robotic.
Oops.
I think you're good now, but I just wanted to like throw that in there and make sure I wasn't the only one experiencing that. That was super
I
weird.
can tell because your faces all look weird, and I was like, what's happening?
It was weird. I've never had Zoom do that. It was super weird. Okay, you're good now.
Everybody started frantically.
Okay, you're good.
Tiff, take over.
Okay, so trust the process. It's not about the destination, but about the person you become along the way. So again, like your number one job as a coach is just to work on you. Work on you and share that with others. So if you are doing the workout programs, if you are trying the meditations, trying the yoga programs, leaning into the community, leaning into the groups that we have and the calls that we have, like naturally this is just going to come to you and it's going to completely change your life. So a bit of background context, like for me, when I had become a coach, I had never even lifted a weight before. I had no idea what a healthy meal was. It was definitely a huge learning process, and looking back at then and like who I am now, and it's only been 7 months, is crazy. I am a completely different person, and I noticed those huge transformations in a lot of our new coaches. So it's a great thing, because when you are a coach, it kind of keeps you a little more accountable, because once you start signing people up, if you're not just showing up for you, like you're showing up for them as well. You want to be an example for them, and you want to be there for the people that like you kind of promise to help get on your journey. So trust the process, and just remember that ultimately at the end of the day, your number one job as a coach is just to take the best possible care of you and feel inspired and just pour that into others.
You can do this one too if you want to.
Yeah, for sure. So what you don't need: hours and hours of time. I have 2 jobs plus coaching right now, and I'm a full-time student, and I make this work just fine. You don't need to be a fitness instructor or a dietitian. Again, you're following along with the workout programs. The trainers in those are like, that's their job. We have nutrition courses and dietitians that educate on that stuff. Your job is just to help point people in the right direction. You do not need to be at your goal weight or your fitness level. When I started, I was underweight, and now I'm a healthy and happy weight. You do not need to have a large social media following. You don't need to be a social media guru. We have tons of training and mentorship calls that you guys can hop on. And anytime you guys are struggling with anything like that, we will send resources your way to help you with that. You don't need to be outgoing. Hello, introverts. I'm a huge introvert. I hate leaving my house. You don't have to have a big long-term goal. Your goal when you're starting out is just to become a healthier and happier version of you. And you don't need all of the knowledge. So we teach you. We have team calls every single week that you guys can hop on live. If you can't make it live, that's fine too. We always record them. And when you get started, we have a training guide to help you guys get started. So we don't just throw you into it. We've got training for you. We're here for you if you guys have questions. And yeah, that's our job, is to help you guys get started as well.
So what do you need, or what do I need? So if you are a challenger of ours already, you just need to fill out a coach registration form, which is free. You'll pay and you'll get reimbursed. So it's absolutely free to switch over to be a coach. So if you've purchased a challenge pack, and if you are new and you've never been a part of Beachbody, so you need to sign up with one of our challenge packs. AKA that will get you your Beachbody On Demand for a year, your month of supplements, the nutrition courses, plans, recipes, everything, our boot camp groups, everything that you would get as a challenger, but you're just taking that and becoming a coach. So you need to be willing to learn and grow. And then as soon as you're registered, step 1 is to dive into one of our fitness programs. So you'll start your own journey, exploring the nutrition programs, basically just start working on you. And then working to establish your own wellness routines. And then when you're ready, you can fully dive into the coach training series. So we have that set up for you. So when you join, we've got a coach checklist. Here's some things you need to do to get started, and here's some training. And when I say training, like, don't get intimidated, like, oh my God, it's so, like, I don't have time. It's on your own time. It's 10 lessons, like, it's super simple, broken down. We know that everyone's busy, and most people are coming into coaching with like 3 jobs, they're students, they've got kids. Like, we know you're busy, and we're not weird. That's why the trainings are set up, to make it simple for busy people. We want you to do it when it works for you. and to be able to fit it into your crazy busy life, because we know you probably are crazy busy because everybody is. So just know that it's all set up for you. And your number one, like first thing you're going to do is literally just start working on you. We want you to prioritize that. That's number one. So we'll help you get set up with a workout program. We'll help you get into our BOD group. Our BOD, we say BOD group, it's just one of our boot camp groups. And you get to be a part of that. You get to start being a part of our community and be focusing on yourself. And then we'll get you into the coach trainings when you feel like you're ready to take that next step. Yeah, that's.
And then our list of good to knows. So I kind of mentioned this, but as a new coach, you'll get those promo codes. It's $10 off American, $12 off Canadian. You get $50 commission for every challenge pack, and that's a minimum, and that's American as well. So $50 American, depending on how the dollar is to Canadian funds, it changes. And that's like your base challenge pack that you might send someone up with. As a coach, you yourself receive a 25% off discount off of everything. So for example, a bag of Shago retails for $155.95 and you get it for like $115. So like that's the discount there. Oh gosh, sorry. Okay, we work as a team. You're not alone, which we talked about. And then you'll be added into a mentorship group of some kind with coaches at your same level, so that you can have, like, you make friends right off the bat. You have like people to connect with and ask questions to right off the bat. So I guess we're gonna open it up for questions. And this could be like questions, comments, concerns, things you want clarified, anything like that, just because you have us here, so you might as well ask us. And if you're not comfortable, like, type it in the chat, that's fine too, but otherwise just unmute yourself. All right.
I'm going to start and actually ask Shanique. I'll ask you a question.
Oh, we have a hand up too.
Oh, okay.
She knows how to Zoom.
Let's do that first.
Here, you can unmute yourself.
Hi, am I audible?
Hello.
Hi.
Actually, I'm from India. So basically my question is that Mary told me that, I'm sorry, it's Mary or Marie, I'm sorry, how to pronounce it. Hi, Mary. So she told me, she told me you're from India, and it will be, I think there are difficulties because as of now, this program is not in India, right? So I requested that, can I provide location address of my friend? Recently, she's staying in Ontario. So is that okay? So my question is that.
Yeah, as long as when you register, it's Canadian, American, from the UK, France, like one of our accepted countries, then, because I have a friend who teaches in Romania, but she just has her parents' address in Ontario. So that's how she does the workouts all the way in Romania. She just has her parents' address there. And then whenever she was visiting and stuff, she would order products, and then if they came to visit her or vice versa, she would just pick up her Shaco from Ontario and bring it back to Romania with her. So that works, as long as when you first sign up, it's an address in one of those countries. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so Shanique, I have a question for you. When you started coaching, what was your biggest fear or hesitation?
What wasn't my fear or hesitation? Okay, no. So I feel like as an Enneagram 1, if you're familiar with the Enneagrams, I feel like that part of that is kind of that fear of fear of failure, being wrong, not being good enough. A lot of those types of things creep in. So I think for me, it was a lot of that, just fearing failure, or fearing that I wouldn't be good at this, fearing that I wouldn't have time, and I would sign up and then I'd realize, oh my God, I'm so busy, I can't do this. And then again, that fear of failure. Because I was a full-time student, so I definitely kind of just wasn't sure how it would look. And so that was probably something that I was hesitant about, but I also was really excited about it because I reached out to Sam and said, like, hey, tell me more about this coach thing. It looks really cool. I want to know more. So I was more excited about it. So I think that's what really helped me kind of like, okay, it's going to be a little bit, it's new, it's scary. It's going to be an adjustment, but try it. Because like Sam said, if it doesn't work what's the worst that's going to happen if you just stay right where you were? So why not try it? And then I think just the fears of like, I was shy. I knew I'd have to be like, I guess the social media part of it, sharing my journey, feeling like I had to put myself out there in a new way. But at the same point, it was very empowering. Like even Tiffany mentioned, that it was empowering to feel like I could share my story and that I could be an inspiration for other people as well. And that really helped me grow as a person as well. So the friendships that I've created through coaching have been the friendships and the confidence I've gained through coaching has been so worth kind of getting over those fears and getting over the fear of what people would think and putting myself out there on social media in a new way. It's like, I've made the best of friends through coaching. I really could care less about, like, I feel like I just had to kind of make that comparison of like the people that I'm getting to work this business with and people that I'm creating friendships with are so much more important to me than like what Sally on social media thinks of me. So I think just getting comfortable being uncomfortable, sure, it's going to be a little scary when you start. And that's kind of something I had to remind myself, like, you're uncomfortable because this is new and that's okay. Like new is good. So yeah, to sum it up, those are probably some of my top fears for sure and hesitations, but thankful I didn't let them stop me. Okay. I have a question for you, Tiffany. How do you fit coaching into your full-time, like your busy AF life?
Well, I guess it looks different every single day. So for me, I guess for those of you who don't know me, so I work 2 jobs and then I'm also a full-time student. So life is definitely busy, but it depends. So on my days off, those are when I like to like sit down and do like a full guided like power hour. Like I really enjoy doing those. But when I am working or when I'm busy with school, I just do it in different action pockets throughout my day. So for example, like if I'm sitting down to study and I'm starting to get antsy, I'll get up and I'll do my workout. And that's part of doing my coaching, is sharing that to my story. When I get up in the morning and I'm getting ready for work or I'm getting ready for school or whatever it is that day, making my Shakeology is part of my coaching. If I am in line at the grocery store and I'm looking at who's been watching my stories or who's been kind of engaging in my posts, that's when I'll send out my invites and just say, hey, I've noticed that you've kind of been following along with my journey. Is that something that you've ever been interested in? So it's really, it varies for everyone. And the great thing about being a coach is that there's not a strict schedule. You can do it whenever works for you on whatever days works for you. So yeah. I make it work when I can, and just when I can do it, really. Sam, I guess I have one question for you, because I think you're the longest coach we have on here. So how has coaching changed your life? You're muted.
So bad at that. How hasn't it changed my life? So in every way possible, you guys, that's all I can say. So it changed my fitness level, my health, my mental health, my personality, like showing up authentically, no more social anxiety and like a little bit, come on, but it's not near as what it used to be. So just like my health and wellness has transformed miraculously, and it's been consistent. And that was always what brought me down. Like literally my life was like this in wellness and health all the time. All in, all out, all in, all out. And then I would feel really bad, feel good, feel really bad, feel good. And now I just have I'm just good. It's just cruising and it just runs itself. I finally have habits and routines, and I wouldn't have those if I wasn't a coach, because I wouldn't have been accountable to have those. Like it would have been easy to quit if I wasn't a coach. So that I attribute a lot, as well as I know, like when I signed up, the financial part wasn't really on my radar, because when I first signed up, I didn't think I could do it anyways. I just signed up to feel better and try a new healthy like fitness routine, but it's definitely transformed my life financially as well. So that's kind of the bonus of it all. So once you get going, you'll be able to pay for these things and you'll feel financially secure and have that financial freedom. Again, I've been in it for 4 years, and you do put the work in, but as long as you don't quit and as long as you just keep going, you're going to keep getting better, and it's just going to keep building. So that's another thing as well. But yeah, just overall, my happiness, my general happiness is kind of that's changed, and I 100% attribute it to coaching. So that's all.
Oh, you're muted, Tiffany.
Woohoo, it wasn't me that was muted.
You're wearing off on me. I was just saying, do we have any other questions or comments or? And if you guys do think of questions when you're watching this later, if you're watching the recording, just send us a message and we will be happy to answer them for you. We're always here for questions. There's no stupid questions. I still text Sam and ask her questions every day. So the questions never stop, and that's okay because it means you're learning and it means that you care. So we love questions.
Okay. Well, thank you all very much. And again, let us know what you're thinking either way. So if you watch this recording or if you're on here live, just, yeah, let us know what you're thinking. And if you do have those questions and concerns pop up later, or if you're like, you know what, girl, let's do this party, like, let's sign up and get started. That's cool too. So whatever your vibe is, just let us know. All right.
Thank
and enjoy the rest of the weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye.